Hey guys, what's up? Bisectatron here from OneHive Gazette, here with the next war recap video, and we're looking at one against SHZBG. Wasn't the closest war, but we'll go through the bases. And while we do, I just want to say I really appreciate all you guys, checking out and giving your input on the last video. It's cool to see when everyone in the community can kind of comment on a certain subject without it being too heated or personal. It was just nice to see everyone kind of taking their own perspective on it, because I think that's what really makes the war community cool, is having the ability to do that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that series, but it was definitely an interesting video to make, and I appreciate you guys all checking it out. So anyway, taking a look at this war, we're going to go ahead and look at a few higher level attacks than some Town Hall 9s. There were some really awesome Town Hall 9 attacks that I can't wait to show, but first I want to show a few of the ones, starting with this one on the 11, and this is a Town Hall 9, and I want to keep showing these because I want to reinforce the idea that this is so important, and if you can learn a few things from these attacks, if you're a Town Hall 9, if you can do this for your clan, it's so important, and it's so helpful because for 95% of clans, you're not going to see them 3-starring the Town Hall 11s. I mean, even in Genesis, we don't tend to 3-star many Town Hall 11s, especially in close wars. So if you can get these things 2-starred by Town Hall 9s, that really opens a lot of things up, especially if it often comes down to percentage or stuff. I should rephrase. Not if it comes down to percentage. If it comes down to percentage, then sometimes you need more than like 50 or 60%, which is what the 9s can get. But if you striving just to get more stars, this is a great way to do it. If you don't think it's going to be a extremely close war, it's a good idea to do, because a 2-star is a 2-star. The percentage only matters if you tie. So I guess I kind of screwed that up at the beginning. My point is, if it's a war that doesn't look like it can gonna be decided by percentage, then this is a good idea to try to get ahead in stars and just win by virtue of stars. So anyway, had to clear that up. But anyway, Richie going in here has the jump spell to let the Valks and the King make their way on in. He actually brought quite a few heal spells, not very many rages, so I was a little worried that those level 4 Infernos might eat him up, but he gets through them pretty quickly actually. The King's on the Town Hall, he's already at 40%, has some baby dragons making their way in, and right here things are going down pretty fast to all those Teslas, but the Queen's going to shoot down the Town Hall, and from there the Eagle's already down, so it can't really hurt any of those troops making their way around the outside. The Queen will get another building or two before she goes down, and then the baby dragons will get a little bit more percentage, get the 2-star secured. I've always kind of been on the fence about baby dragons as far as how effective they are, but I'm starting to like them a little more recently. I've seen them be helpful in a number of different types of attacks. So I think they are a useful troop. They're not what miners or bowlers have become, but they're definitely an important troop up there at a number of different Town Hall levels. So anyway, nice attack to Richie. The next one, we're going to go down to 13, because a few of these were dip attacks by our 11s, but we can see a few Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 attacks, and this was a really nice one by Lenny. We're going to look at a number of mass miner attacks, because they tend to be a fun one that a lot of people haven't seen yet, is Town Hall 10s using miners. But it's become a lot more popular, and I've had some fun experimenting with it. But this was really interesting because the setup was so smooth right here. Drops down that jump, so only that one compartment is opened. And then just look what he does here with the Valks. As soon as these baby dragons create the funnel, starts dropping in these Valks and just basically rushes that first Inferno right there. And a little bit risky, but the Rage and those like 6 Valks get in there. They're going to take out the CC troops, or at least the ground CC troops that are in there, the Queen and the Inferno, all boom, right like that. Everything's down. I wouldn't have trusted 6 Valks, to be honest, but he had faith in them, and they got the job done. Obviously, they didn't take out the air troops, but the Queen can get that. So he basically can use his heroes to help funnel his miners and take out some more buildings, take out those CC troops. So gets great value for those 6 Falcons, getting the Queen, this half the CC troops, a few defenses, and the Inferno Tower, and then the baby dragons on the funnel, obviously. But anyway, here there go the heroes. They're going to take out some Teslas right there. I believe this was a cleanup attack. I'm not sure. I think a Town Hall 9 was able to like scout it out first. So that helped, but definitely still some great planning there. And then right here, there's kind of a double giant bomb set that does get a few miners, kind of gets them on the side there, but a glancing blow, not too, doesn't take out too many miners. They're still making their way through, has all these heal spells for them. And one thing, the skelly traps are so like detrimental to those miners. Not really right here, but if they're like being targeted by an Inferno, you want them to dip back underground as quickly as possible. But if the skellies come, it takes them a while to individually kill each one because they all seem to target one at a time. So it takes a good 3 or 4 seconds for each skelly to be killed. So it seems like those are a good thing to put by your Inferno Towers to defend against miners, because the miners will have to be above ground for a longer period of time than usual with those skellies there, which will prevent the heal, and they will be able to be eliminated quicker. So that's just one thing I've noticed, but no problem here on this base. Crushes it, still has the king up, all those miners. Awesome attack to Lenny. He had actually 2 3-stars this war, so awesome war to him. And we'll fast forward through the end here, and then move on to one more Town Hall 10 attack, which is going to come from, I believe, Ragnar. Okay. Coming in here with another mass miner. Why not? Thought I'd show it. We've seen so many bowler attacks that we can look at some miner attacks too now. So drops in that golem, just a few wizards for the funnel. Giant, another wizard. Actually, the giant reminded me. I'm going to give a few thoughts about the giant and what was the other thing they added? Oh yeah, the new archer tower. I'll talk about that for like a 30 seconds to a minute, probably at the end of this video, just because I mentioned that I would do that. So want to make sure I at least say something about it. But anyway, on this attack, you can see everything's really clumped up in that middle, but the poisons definitely help slow down all those defensive troops and heroes, which allows his level 40 heroes to just eat up the defensive heroes and then take out the Inferno Tower. So great value for that kill squad, and has 4 heal spells for his miners. But you can see right there, those miners took so much time right on those skellies. Not that it matters a whole lot for this attack because he has a pretty big leg up on this base already, but had it been a little bit of a closer attack, and you can see right there the miners go off the Inferno Tower to get those skellies. The skellies are so tricky for the miners, so use those wisely, I guess is what I'm saying. But on this attack, it pretty much doesn't matter. He actually dropped in quite a few miners with his kill squad. They kind of have petered out a little bit on the top there, but I think they helped out the kill squad, and I've been seeing people do that, is kind of do 2 different locations for where they deploy their miners. And I'm not sure if that's better yet or not. I haven't seen enough attacks probably. I usually deploy all my miners on the same part of the base, but I can see the argument for either way. So anyway though, nice attack to Ragnar. We'll go ahead and fast forward. Still has his heroes up. His king just went down, but has the queen's ability and a number of miners still left up. So fast forward, and there it is, 100% 3-star. Okay, these are the 3 Town Hall 9 attacks that I'm excited to show you guys because they really are some special stuff. The first one from Shrek, and this one I think people call it a like a go hobo or something, because it's like 3 golems, and still has, actually is at 3 golems, 3 of his own golems, and then that CC of bowlers, and just a lot of stones on that base. Drops in those golems, lets them tank, then drops in the bowlers behind. Needs a lot of wizards to make sure the bowlers go into the base, because that's a pretty big part of the DPS. Besides his heroes, that's the only other DPS troop he really has in there. So needs them to go to the middle, and they do. Has the rage, the poison for the CC troops, obviously. Everything moving through. And the bowlers, those level 3 bowlers under rage do a ton of damage. And the second bounce from a group of bowlers can take out like an entire clan castle. Just a lot of damage right there. So it seems like, especially if you have high level heroes, this is a great strategy because you get the benefit of those level 30 heroes being back behind 3 golems as well as those bowlers. So that's a a pretty hefty kill squad, and with these hogs for the flanks, takes out the base pretty quickly, and you can see he has one heal spell to spare. So crush this base, awesome attack to Shrek. Just another way to get the 3-star at Town Hall 9, and still it seems like, you know, every once in a while we struggle with Town Hall 9s despite all the different ways I've seen people crush bases. I'm not sure what it is, but I think our Town Hall 9s are coming around to really being able to consistently 3-star the Town Hall 9s on the other of the opponent clan, and I guess we'll get that tested out in our future arranged wars and see how that goes. But anyway, this one was something else that I've been seeing. It's not the first time I've seen this. Basically, it's a Zap Quake on one of the air defenses, then just a 4 Lava Hound, 26 balloons. Yeah, 26 balloons. So it's not the Penta attack where people use 5 Lava Hounds and 20 balloons. It's just dropping 1 Lava Hound because you have 1 less air defense that you Zap Quake. And in the CC, all there is 2 minions. That's the only thing that can target air troops. So this is good for a cleanup attack when you know it's mostly like Valks or something like that in the CC that can't target your balloons or your hounds. So, and also with these ground expos, there's really not a whole lot in this base that can even target air troops. Those Teslas can, but they're all being tanked by that 1 Lava Hound, and those balloons are closing in very quickly. And you can see it still has the queen up, like that was never accounted for. But the idea is that if the queen compartment's that offset, you kind of finish with the queen, then you drop down your heroes and let them finish off the base. So basically the air part of the attack is taking out, you know, 90% of the base. You're just leaving that last little compartment to your heroes. And, you know, I guess you could have a little trouble with this, but if you do it right, typically your heroes should be enough, especially if you save some balloons right there. So that one queen is doing quite a bit of damage, but has a few lava pups for cleanup at the top of the base there. Then has his heroes, he'll pop his queen's ability, pop his king's ability, and even those balloons are still up, and they're going to do some damage right there, take out the expo, and his queen will take out the enemy queen, and from there, this base is toast. Probably got a little bit close here because it only has the king up, so it takes a while to 3-star this base because there's only a few lava pups also, and they're going to get stuck on the defensive king for a while. So a little close on time probably, but got the job done. Definitely an interesting concept here at Town Hall 9. That kind of strategy would almost a reverse, like the attack is backwards from what you usually see. So interesting stuff there. Last one, and it just gets cooler with this attack. 22. This one had some P.E.K.K.A.s in it, and it's once again not the first time I've seen this. Anthony actually has done this a few times, I think, and he's bringing 3 P.E.K.K.A.s basically instead of the giants. So it's another thing to drop your healers on, and it works out pretty well actually. I've seen it be successful a number of times. Comes in with these baby dragons, which are always great for creating funnels. I don't know about the 10 troop space, but they do get quite a few buildings, and they actually can tank for some archer towers, which pretty much any other funneling troop can't do, unless you use like a Valk or something. So they are pretty effective, I think, just because they also tank archer towers and sometimes get in there and get some defenses too. So that's another bonus. But comes in with these P.E.K.K.A.s. You can see has a jump for them just to help direct them a little better. But they make their way through and they do a ton of damage. They'll take out that CC golem pretty quickly. Has the bowlers. Why not? You know, it is kind of an HGB attack. I guess the healers are the H. There's no other, or no, H. I'm gonna die trying to figure this out. Now I got to. Okay, there's no giant, so it's no G. So it's H, HB. No, HP, HB. Yeah, there you go. HP, HB is the attack. The P substitutes in for the G. So I've kind of wasted the entire attack trying to figure that out. But you guys are able to see it. The hogs on the flank there has a heal for them. And the P.E.K.K.A.s are still up pretty much at full health. The healers kept them up pretty nicely there. So everything works out great. And the only thing is the giants will target the defenses while the P.E.K.K.A.s won't. So the giants are more likely to get in there, get the defenses, especially the air defenses taken out quicker, which helps keep the healers up. But the P.E.K.K.A.s do have their benefits. They're just as tanky, and they're not subject to being hit by a lot of splash damage or spring traps or stuff that the giants are susceptible to. So kind of trade-offs there. So nice attack though to Anthony, and we'll wrap this thing up. Hope you guys enjoyed this recap. definitely a fun war for us. And I did mention a ranged war, I think, in the last video. And actually kind of a funny thing that happened, we got matched up with not the clan we were hoping for. It wasn't, I think we were matching Step 1, kind of our feeder type clan, to the Genesis Alpha family. Not those guys, which we were hoping to match up with, but Clash United, which I think was just either doing some kind of potluck search or random search. They seem to be kind of a high-level war clan. It's hard to tell at this point, but I think it should make for a good war, and I should have some good coverage of it this weekend. So stay tuned for more on that. So anyway, though, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, Sectatron out.